Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Technique Tuesday. As you can see, we're going to be making this lovely card today here, and we are using the new Radiant Sunflower stamp set that is out of this gorgeous thing here. September, it comes out. You can purchase out of it. I can only show you the cover because I don't want to go to Stampin' Up! Jail. And here's the back. But if you go back and you watch my unboxing video, you'll see more about this Radiant Sunflower stamp set. Okay, so let's get down to business. We are making a card that is called triple time stamping. So what you're going to do is you are going to cut your little template, because remember I always tell you guys to make your own little template, and you're gonna need a piece of paper that's 5 1/4 by 4, another piece of paper that's 4 by 2 3/4, and another piece of paper that is 3 by 1 3/4. And then you'll need all of your pieces for the matting. So I'm gonna leave this here and it'll be on camera. I don't have any tape or anything, so hopefully I won't move it around. But let's go ahead and get started. So I've done this a few times before. It's been a few years and I thought, okay, let's revisit it and hopefully it'll be quick. Unfortunately, you will be watching me color today, so you can always, like I said, you can always fast forward it, but let's go ahead and get started and we're gonna make this beautiful fun card. And then at the end, I'm gonna show you some other stamp sets that you can use and another way to triple stack your paper to make something that's beautiful, but it's not the same exact pattern that we're using today. So I've got all of my pieces here and you're gonna need just your standard card base. So we're gonna get all of these white pieces first. So you're gonna take your adhesive and you're just going to put a stitch, just a little tiny bit. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. Just a little bit of adhesive and you're gonna put it down. And you're gonna try to center it as best you can. And if you have astigmatism like I do, it might be a little bit crooked, but it's fine because it's handmade and it's pretty. And then we're just gonna put another stitch here. And today I'm using my ATG gun. This is my old favorite. So I just grabbed it because I have some errands to do today after we're done here. So I didn't have time to be looking for stuff. Okay, so we're gonna put that down right there. Okay, now we're going to stamp. Now you don't have to overwhelm your paper and stamp all over because you kind of want to have a focal point. So what I'm gonna do first is I put that mat underneath because these stamps are pretty bold. If you can see here, that's a pretty bold saying. And then if you look, the black here is pretty bold. So I wanna have an extra mat underneath there just so that I can get everything crisp and clear. And then remember, like I said, guys, when you do a big stamp, it's best to go like this, but I'm gonna stamp the greeting first. So you can stamp the greeting whenever you want. But the first time I did this, I wanted to stamp the greeting first so I could have it placed where I wanted it. And I'm sorry if you see my hair. I got the updo today. It's supposed to be hot, so I'm not a real fan of updos because it gives me a headache. But some days call for an updo. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. And now we're gonna come in with the biggie. So I wanna move this. I'm sorry, guys. I want it this direction. Sorry. Okay, so when you have a big stamp like this and your stamp pad is teeny, better than going, did I get it all? It's better to turn it over just like this and then apply the ink like this. And I don't remember if I've showed you guys this before, but this way you really get those giant images covered. And with this, you could use your Stampin' Positioner or your Stamparatus if you want because it's so large, but today we're just gonna go for it and press. So, and I kind of want it here on the corner and just push it down. Maybe count to 3. And then what you can do too is you can just rub it with your fist. And sometimes if you have arthritis or whatnot, it's good to use the Stamparatus. So, and I'm gonna show you because everyone's probably looking at that going, wait a minute, I see cracks in the force, but it's gonna be fine. And then, let's see, oops, okay, well I have to stamp it there now because I got my inky finger on it. Now there's a way that you can stamp this and color it like we're gonna do today, or you can just use regular stamps and not have to color it. And I'll show you those at the end. I think I found this technique from 2018. So this is an oldie but goodie, but you know, it's really fun to revisit this. Now I'm gonna go in and put in my little butterflies as accents. So what I did on the card that I showed you guys first, I don't like how close the string is to the butterfly. So I'm gonna put the butterfly somewhere else on the one that we're making together. So, but you can put your butterflies wherever you want. I just thought it would be kind of fun to have them flying around here. I don't know about where you guys live, but I think our butterflies have all left here. They've left for better pastures, warmer places. All right, so we're all done stamping. Now we're gonna color. Now, on here, you can see here that you've got these little spaces. Don't worry, because we're gonna mat it with these matted pieces, and that's gonna cover up the space that you see. So let's go ahead and get coloring. And for colors today, we're using Dark Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Light Cajun Craze, excuse me, I don't know, I got a frog in my throat. Light Misty Moon, and Dark Crumb Cake. So I'm gonna pull my sample back over here so I can see. So the dark crumb cake's gonna go in the middle for the sunflowers. I didn't add any Wink of Stella. You could add some Wink of Stella in the middle of the flowers just to give it a little bit of bling if you want to. I just didn't. I don't know about you guys if you have ever grown sunflowers before, but the birds do a really good job at replanting them for me. I have sunflowers coming up in places that I didn't plant them. So that's always fun to see in the beginning of summer what's gonna happen with stuff that you didn't plant. And then our leaves are gonna be the Old Olive. This is a cute stamp set. I really love the paper that came with this suite. If you guys go back and watch my unboxing video, you'll see all of the paper and stuff that goes with this suite. It's really, really pretty. It's almost getting to be fall. I actually saw some fallen leaves today when I was walking. I walk my husband. I walk my puppy husband in the mornings. We just go for a little walk. He's not a huge exerciser, so it gets him out there. Gets him moving. So, all right, there we go. Don't want to miss anything here. Oh, here we go, forgot a stem. You can use the bullet end or the brush end. And then I didn't go in and do highs and lows with this because I was trying to be quick about it. But you can go in and do highs and lows if you wish to make it like a little bit more watercolory. I don't think that's a word. Oh. Okay, so let's go over here and color this. And I don't know if you've noticed here, I'll show you the marker in just a minute when I'm done coloring. But I did replace the end. And I'll tell you where you can get those if your nibs wear out on your markers. So you can see this is different than, per se, this one. So this one here, I bought on Amazon. They're called Ohuhu, O-H-U-H-U. And they sell replacement nibs that you can replace the ends of your markers should they get kind of goopy or gross, or they stop kind of coloring nicely. And I think they're like $10 or $12. I don't remember how many you get, but they even give you the little tool to pull it out to replace it. So that just makes your markers last a little bit longer. And then, like I always say, when you color with these, the color spreads so you don't have to press super hard. So, and I know this has taken forever, and after last week, I'm so sorry, but I wanted to show you the new stamp set. That was really the reason why I chose to torture you guys with watching me color. And I can see right now I missed a green piece here. So let me just go back and we'll do the bullet end here. Oops. And you can see, you can also see, you guys too, as I'm coloring, nothing's really moving around. If you're worried about it, you know, like place your hand here to really press the paper down. But if you put a little bit of adhesive, just like I did, it won't be pulling around on the paper. So you should be fine. And if it does pull too much, you can always just put it back and keep on keeping on. But putting that matte underneath, especially if you're going to stamp, that will help as well. We're almost done with the yellow. Okay, I think that's good. I think this is one of my favorite fall colors, this Cajun Crisp. I'm gonna do the other end. Sorry, let me move that out of the way so you guys can see the instructions. And you can see I've replaced this one too. I've replaced so many that I don't remember what I've replaced and what I haven't. But all you do is when you replace the nib, you just set the marker down on the desk, just like so, for like 15 minutes, and all of the color will go to the end of the marker. So that's a hack if you need to replace your marker nibs. Okay, come on, Sherry, hurry up. Oh. I don't want to be super chatty Cathy and bore you guys with a story. I don't really have any stories. I know my kid went to, my daughter went to the Renaissance Fair on the west side in Spokane, so not Spokane, Seattle. So I'm excited to hear how that was. Because, you know, their Ren fairs over there are pretty big compared to our Spokane Renaissance Fair. My kids are nerdy. They like all that nerdy stuff. Okay, so we're done coloring. Okay, let's move along, Sherry. Now we're ready to mat it. So let's start with our base. So you're just gonna have your standard card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, because your one piece of paper, oops, I think that had water on it. I'll just flip it over. I opened a bottle of water off camera and kind of spilt a little bit of it. Okay, so now I just peeled that off, okay, and it's fine. There's a little bit of goop on there, but it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. And we're just gonna place this down. Oops, just like so, because this is our base. Okay. Don't worry about that adhesive right there. I pinky swear it's gonna be fine. Okay, now we're gonna take this one off. And you wanna do it gently. You know, don't Incredible Hulk it. Just pull it gently off of there. And like I said, if there's a little bit of stuff, don't worry, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna cover it. That's what's cool about this, is you're gonna see that there is some spots that don't have any color, but once you apply the matte on there, it covers it up and you don't really notice it. So. And then if you have rectangle or circle die cuts, you can also do this with a solid sheet of DSP or any kind of paper that you have, and it'll still look really pretty. Okay, so see here, I'm gonna line my petals up with these petals here. Same over here, see over here where it's just like that. So I'm gonna line that up. So, and then I'll pull my hand away so you guys can see. Okay, I don't like that, so I'm gonna move it just a stitch. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna commit, here we go, ta-da, okay. All right, last one, and I did bend this a little bit because I did pull on it a little bit, but you know what, we'll just put more adhesive on it and that'll fix it. Or you can use glue if you want. So for this top one, we are going to use dimensionals. Oh, Oh, and I hope I have some in here. I might have forgotten those. Okay, so we'll just go with it. But we are gonna add some twine. So the twine that we're using is just the linen thread. And you can use ribbon if you want. There is a card that I used ribbon, and I'm excited to show that one to you guys because I think it turned out really pretty. I'm gonna just straighten this out a little bit. Did I remember dimensionals? No, they're not in my bucket. Oh well, that'll be okay. So I'm just gonna wrap this 3 times. And actually this time, since I don't have the butterfly right there, I'm actually gonna try to tie a bow. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, now remember, we're gonna pull with your right hand. So we're gonna loop this around, and you have to make that face with your tongue. Okay, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. So we're just gonna pull this part here because it's too big. There we go, pretty little bow. Yay, okay, that looks way better than my original card I made. Just gonna spread the little strings out a little bit. There we go. And now we're gonna place it. I really wanted to show you guys it with dimensionals, but I dropped the ball. I left them in the other room. So, okay, so now we're gonna place it. Same thing, we're gonna try to line up these petals here with these petals here. And I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, so there is no dimension, which is nice. You can mail it flat. And now let's put on our doodads. So the doodads that I chose are these pressed flower motifs. I'm not sure if these are retired or not. I just have so much doodads that we need to use them up. And I also am saving my other doodads that came with the suite for my bingo. So, so we're just gonna place one, where did I do it? Right here. Whoops. Let's do it right there. We'll put one here. We wanna do factor of 3. Let's get rid of these biggies here. We'll just put it, how about up here? All right, there you go, guys. So that's the triple time stamping. So now let me show you some of the other cards that I made. Doing it with different stamps and whatnot. Oh, this is the inside. I already colored it and everything, so let's stick that down. But I used different stamp sets. I used ones that you do not have to color, and that's kind of what I really want to show you guys, because that would be a quick, easy, kind of 3-dimensional card that you guys could do in 10 minutes. So this first one here, this is with the Begonia Bell, and there's a lot going on here, I will admit. That's a lot. I really do like the purple. I think it's pretty. This is a two-step stamp, but I just stamped the flowers and I filled it in with the leaves. I could have done less roses probably and some smaller ones, and then I just stamped it on the inside. So that's another one that you can do. This next one, I didn't want to do this again since I did this last week, but this one I stacked. So I tied a ribbon around here, and then I used Stampin' Dimensionals for the next layer, and then I used Stampin' Dimensionals again for the 3rd layer, and then just put the greeting right across. And that way it just gives it a little oomph, and I added some of those in-color butterflies. And this was the Boutique Blossoms and Scalloped Blooms, and this is all Hydrangea Hue. And I just stamped that on the inside. So I really like this one. I think out of all of these, this one's probably my favorite. And let me show you this guy. I forgot to stamp the leaves. I was gonna stamp leaves falling on him and I totally forgot. So actually, I'll be honest with you guys, I had a migraine when I was working on the samples, and that wasn't fun. So anyway, so for this one, I just used the Fun for Fall and Special Moments. This, thanks, is from a retired old stamp set, but I just put the corn right behind him and then put the little scarecrow there. And he's just so cute. And on the inside, I did a bale of hay with the crow. So that one's fun. That just kind of dresses up the doing your own background by adding the layers. And here's this last one. And I'm gonna pull my sticky note off so that you guys can copy this down. So this is different measurements here for the triple layers. So you've got your base layer. The second layer is 4 by 1 3/4, and the third layer is a 3 by 1 1/2. So I'm gonna put that right here so you guys can screenshot it or whatever you would like to do if you'd like to make this card. And you can see here, look, my sending love is crooked. So that just goes to show you that nobody is perfect when they stamp, not even me, even after 20 some years. So don't give up. Okay, so let me show you I'll put these all out. I'm so sorry. I just get so excited. I can't handle it. Okay, so let me put these all here and you guys can leave me a comment on which is your favorite one. And I hope you will give this a try. This is really easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. And thanks you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff I'm supposed to say. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week for the next episode of Technique Tuesday. Okay, love you guys. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm done talking now. Okay, I promise. Okay, bye.